Yo, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? This is your boy Food Junkie coming at you with another video. I know this is crazy. I've been gone for 2 weeks now. I'm back with the jump off, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I have to address this situation. Not really have to. I want to. Let me stop saying I have to do anything. I don't have to do anything, but be myself and stick to my own things. But I want to address the situation um, that happened earlier this evening while I was at work. This is an early day for me, so therefore, early evening at work, I should say for me, because normally I don't get home till about 3 o'clock, but it's early. So I decided, let me address this before I wind down. This will be my wind down before I get ready to go to bed, and we can do the whole thing tomorrow. Earlier this evening, I was at work, as I always am, listening to people in the bushes. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to really drop down too much or talk too much in these chats because, you know what I'm saying, things happen. And then I will feel compelled to make a video. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how it is. So I'm over in Jay Wilson's chat last night, you know what I'm saying, watching his video, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because I said for the past couple of days or so, they've been talking about religion and things of that nature, and I was find that interesting. I find what he has to say about religion very interesting. I find what he said about religion very informative and things of that nature, whatever. So I can go on and research what he's talking about on my own recognizance at my own time. But I guess the person he's been fussing with, what's the guy's name? Grown Folks TV, I guess. Him and Grown Folks TV been going at it back and forth. You know what I'm saying? They both doing it for the numbers, of course. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's what they do on YouTube. But I guess Grown Folks TV called Jay Wilson a pedophile, which is problematic, of course. But my point in all this is because I dropped down. I only dropped down because after Jay Wilson goes on his talking about how inappropriate it is and why people choose to call black gay men this and the third, and went on to how what goes on in the Middle East and how he's fearful for when the American soldiers, leave this and the third because the Middle Eastern men they use women as for procreation, but use young boys as pleasure objects, I should say. This and third, and how he thinks pedophilia is wrong, this and third, and how he's so offended, how he's so appalled when someone calls someone a pedophile. So I'm like, hold up, whoa, 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 whoa. Are you really offended? Are you really that appalled? Are you really that touched in your spirit by that and move to chorus for you have to come out and defend certain people and talk about how it's unfair and how it's not cool and that's not where you live and that's not what you do. But so I dropped down and said, Jay Wilson, didn't you allude to me being a pedophile during your first gentleman's panel? Didn't you allude to me being a pedophile, Jay Wilson? Didn't you have a conversation with your panel members on that first gentleman's panel regarding me being a pedophile? Or alluding that I was a pedophile, I should say? And one of your panel members actually said, ooh, that looked like pedophilia to me. And you yourself, Jay Wilson, tried to include another panel member in this quote unquote said discussion as me being creepy and me being a pedophile. You don't remember, Jay Wilson? It was on your first channel that you got struck for. And like I said, there's not a beef between me and Jay Wilson at all. I'm like I said, even when I dropped down, I wasn't trying to beef with him. But it's hypocrisy. It's pointing fingers at other people without realizing that you have fingers pointing back at you. It's throwing rocks and hiding your hands. See, I was going to pull up the video of that, but I realized that video got you. Hey, Wildcard, baby, how you doing? I realized that video got is not there, no longer there because your first channel got struck. So all the videos you had on that first channel was struck. But people who remember that first gentleman's panel you had, where you alluded to me being a pedophile, let me refresh your memory right quick. It was you, QB, Deshaun Farley, Rebel Son, and James Caldwell. Do you need me to regurgitate the words and see, does this ring a bell to you? And I don't know if you call James Spill It Boy or if you called him James. But what you said was, Oh, James, I think. Who is this boy who's coming for you? Fool, Jackie, the one with the little toy on his shoulder. I don't know, that seems strange to me. And your other co-host at the time, QB, was like, oh yeah, that sure do sound like pedophilia to me. It's just real, real strange. Then you went on to say, James, what do you think about that? What James did was, what's up, Misha? How you doing, baby? Looked at you, took a sip of his drink, and turned his chair around as to say, don't get me involved in this bullshit. Don't do that. And see, when I dropped down to your chat tonight, Jay Wilson, like I said, we're not beefing. This is just me recollecting your memory, regurgitating what you said, what happened. See, I never said you called me anything. I said that you alluded to me being a pedophile. Another member of your panel actually said it after you brought it up and alluded to it. And then tried to coax another panel member into a discussion about it. See, you can't do wordplay with me. See, in your video tonight, you was telling Grown Folks TV that he needs to understand things in context. Maybe you should stop worrying about what you're going to say next and actually listen to what people say to you and actually read carefully what people say to you. Because I never said you called me anything. What I said was you alluded to me being a pedophile, which is hypocrisy because you're so offended and touched in your spirit because he called you one. But you had a panel, the first gentleman's panel, where you alluded, cohorted, and tried to discuss me being a pedophile because I have a stuffed animal Hulk, baby Hulk, actually. What about me having a baby Hulk stuffed toy have anything to do with pedophilia? And then tonight you tried to say, well, no, I didn't say that. What I said was the way you talked to it, the way you tried to act like y'all was in a relationship. Huh? More shade, more hypocrisy, more lies. Because I don't talk to baby Hulk as if we were in a relationship. You haven't seen me talk to baby Hulk as if I was in a relationship with him. We'll get back to that in a second. Then I wrote, you saying that it was weird how I had baby Hulk on my shoulder. But let me remind you guys why. And tell me people who've been here for a while, like Wildcard, Misha, whoever's in the bushes was not. Why did I say I have baby Hulk on my shoulder? Do you not remember me saying I had baby Hulk on my shoulder because that is where all my anger and frustration goes? Like the real Hulk, there's Bruce Banner, and then there's the Hulk. Bruce Banner is the calm, mild-mannered one. The Hulk is the angry, aggressive one. So opposed to me being angry and aggressive, I use the baby Hulk as my conduit, my totem. Like your prayer cloth is your totem, as the conduit to channel all of my anger. And you said it tonight, Jay Wilson. The catchphrase for Bruce Banner was, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. And those who remember when I used to have baby Hulk on my shoulder and I explained to you why he's there, what did I say? I would say, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. So when is it that I talk to baby Hulk as if I was in a relationship with baby Hulk? All the while you were addressing me while I was at work and just typing in your chat, it was shade, it was hypocrisy, it was lies, Jay Wilson. Like I said, we don't have a problem. I'm not even upset with you. Hey, View, baby, how you doing, sweetheart? View was there too when I had the baby Hulk on my shoulder. So it was. I'm not even upset with you, Jay Wilson, but I will correct bad behavior. Like I said, I'm not going to keep on sitting by, idly by, and letting people tell lies and be hypocritical when it's regarding me, food junkie. I don't care what you do, everybody else. But when you are so offended that someone called you a pedophile, hey Tracy, baby, how you doing? Tracy, I saw you running away. As soon as I dropped down and said that, Tracy took off running. I saw Tracy booking up out of there. Exactly, Tracy. Exactly. Because you was there when that all happened too. I think everybody in this chat so far that dropped down was there during that first gentleman's panel when he alluded to calling me a pedophile. And opposed to him just admitting to it, not even apologizing for it, just admitting to it and saying, oh, I was wrong. You want to act like it was some type of, oh, you were talking to it like you was in a relationship, which is more shade that I don't appreciate. Because you're not going to talk me into a corner. Exactly. You're not going to talk me into a corner. You're not going to over talk, fast talk, back talk, side talk, slick talk me into a corner. Because I know what happened. I know your motives of doing it was being messy, being shady, being hypocritical like you are. But I said it's not an attack toward you, Jay Wilson. But you're not going to lie and say, oh, I was talking to Baby Hulk as if we were in a relationship. What was my verbiage? Pull up the verbiage that I used in order for me to be talking to Baby Hulk like I'm in a relationship with him. That made it weird. Like I said, you named your wig Arnaz. And you talked and treated Arnaz as if it was an actual person. Tonight you said that I was talking to Baby Hulk as if it wasn't an inanimate object. You treated that wig, Arnaz, as if it was a true entity, part of you. When you said yourself it was a free hairpiece. You went to as far as hold a feeling for Arnaz, your wig. Like I said, what is strange? Me putting a Hulk on my shoulder saying that this is my conduit, my totem, to hold and house my anger and frustration, opposed to taking it out on the world here on YouTube, stating, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like it if I'm angry, which is the exact verbiage that Bruce Banner used before he turned into the Hulk. If you know anything about Marvel now I said this also, the Hulk is my favorite character in Marvel, in the Marvel universe. Because of his duality. One is well mannered, very intelligent, and the other one is primal. And the other is primal. Of course he's not joking. He's always serious about what he says. Thing is, there's a lot of people on here that I wouldn't hang out with in person, but I like their commentary. And like I said, it was because they've been having this religious conversation for the past couple of days. And I like having conversations like that. That's why I went to his channel. But yeah, it's not as though I cared about the situation that was going on between that, but it was a hypocrisy that struck me, that moved me to drop down to your chat, especially when it involved me, when you did the same thing to me that you are talking about that someone did to you, that you didn't understand, that you will never do, that you don't ever do. But yet you done it to me. Alluded to me being a pedophile, then joked around and laughed with someone who actually called me a pedophile on that same thing, and then tried to pull someone else in to the conversation as to me being a pedophile. Now you can pull up every video that I have with the Baby Hulk on a thumbnail. First, it was just because he's my favorite character, and you know what I'm saying, that's my conduit. Then when y'all started acting a fool about it, it became me trolling you with Baby Hulk, because I know that bothered y'all. Y'all felt some kind of way about it. Like I said, I wasn't mad in your chat. I'm not mad now. We're not beefing, but you really need to understand the hypocrisy and all the shade you are throwing. I caught all of that. Everything that you said to me in your chat was full of shade and lies and hypocrisy. Like I said, it's okay. We're still not beefing because I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't do all that beefing back and forth with people. I don't have time to sit here and argue and fuss and fight with people because they said something that may have touched me in the wrong way. Not upset me, but touched me in the wrong way. Or they lied about themselves referring to me or something that involved me. It's just really funny to me how every lie that I had today was a continuation of the last one. The first live I had related to the live in my car. And the live in my car related to this live right here. Because what I say today in my car, I say that people don't like to be called out on their stuff. They don't like to admit when they're wrong. They don't like to be told, well, you said you don't do this, but yet you did this. Did I not say that in my live in my car today, you guys? It's so funny how things work that way for me. Things seem to work out that way. And I wasn't calling you out to be mean to you, Jay Wilson. I was just calling you out because what you said was not accurate. You do, like I said, we all have done the same things that we say that we don't like that someone else does. We all have done it. Like I said, I don't like the... Yeah, he tried to. Like I said, but you can't demean me. Like, I mean, I'm in the chat typing. I know I'm not going to win an argument with someone while I'm typing. And I would have asked him to drop the link, but I was at work, so therefore I can't drop a link when I'm at work. I'm working, earning a living. But yeah, he does do that. But thing is, we all know that. That's why, I mean, I won't say we all know. I know that. And if you disagree with him with that, he's going to speak to you as if you are crazy and try to twist the narrative. Yeah, Liz, and I appreciate people who stand in their stuff. Trisha, you know, on their stuff that you do that I don't care for, but I still like you because you do stand in your shit. I don't hear you ever saying you don't do something when you know darn well that you do it. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that. You may do stuff that I don't too much care for that I wouldn't do, but yet you still stand in your shit. You still admit, yeah, I do this. Yes, I've doxed. I've said something about a child once or twice in my lifetime. If you run around here saying, "Oh, I never done that," "Oh, I don't do that," "How dare you," in this whole then you will be hypocritical. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll be like, hold up now. Just like I would never say I don't lie. What I will say is that I don't have a reason to lie to anyone on here. You know, but yeah, back to what I was saying about on Baby Hulk and Jay Wilson. Like I said, Jay Wilson, this is not going to be us to go back and forth with, sir. It really is, because I really do. I really don't mind you, and I will be back over your chat again. I probably will hit the link as well if you choose to drop again over on a topic that I am interested in. So it's not about that. And if you notice, I don't bring up stuff. I don't bring up stuff like this whole thing when it's not apropos to the conversation. But I dropped down, in the chat and brought it up because it was apropos to the conversation. I dropped down and brought it up because you were stating that you didn't do it. You don't do that. You think it was wrong. It was horrible. But yet you engaged in conversations about me being a pedophile. You alluded to it. And if you didn't allude to it, it couldn't have been brought up on your platform. If you didn't try to egg it on with James, it wouldn't have been something that would have stuck so heavily into my mind. Because I know what I do. I'm not into children. I'm not into, and also corrected you guys when I was saying it, whenever I was saying that back in the days. It's a difference between a plushie, a furry, and a pedophile. A plushie is someone who finds sexual gratification with stuffed animals and stuffed toys. A furry is someone who dressed up in furry costumes in order to get off and have sex, find pleasure in that. And a pedophile is someone who's into children, who may use toys and things to lure or groom children for sexual indiscretions and things of that nature. So when you alluded to the fact that I'm playing with stuffed inanimate objects, what were you calling me? A plushie? Or did you jump on the bandwagon when QB called me a pedophile? I'm confused. And didn't you say that the same people who choose to call someone pedophiles have something deep and dark in their closet? And that's why I said, oh, wow, that's interesting. Because you're making a whole hour-long video about someone calling you that, but yet you did the same thing to me for no reason. And you tried to say, oh, well, we were all fighting back then. No, we weren't. James and I had a conversation that went a little left for a second, and you saw a way to throw some shade. You saw a way to attempt to throw shade, to attempt to embarrass, attempt to talk shit. And it's okay. But just own up to it. I said, I don't really need an apology for what's not. You know what you were doing. And you know damn well I'm smart enough to know what you were doing. Deductive reasoning skills on fleek and all that. Oh, no. I don't do apologies. Everyone know that. I don't do apologies. No, that's definitely not what it is. You know, I don't do apologies, but I want him to know that I know. See, that's what people get upset with me, because all I do is show you that I know. I see you. Once I say I see you, and I can't unsee you. I'll always say that. And it's nothing to do with me liking you, disliking you, or it's not hating you, anything like that. It's just the fact that, you know what I'm saying, you can't pull the wool over my eyes. You can't be so outraged about something on Tuesday that you did last Wednesday. You know, you did the exact same thing to me that you upset about. I want people to rally behind you with that someone did to you. What's up, Big Set Baby? How you doing? I saw you earlier in the chat, baby. No, it's just that, I mean, on Jay Wilson's panel, Jay Wilson's thing, he was discussing how Grown Man TV called him a pedophile, or alluded to him that he was a pedophile, was not, and how unfortunate and sad and ridiculous and disgusting it is. And all I did was drop down and say, well, you did the same thing to me on your first Gentleman's panel. You did the exact same thing to me. You alluded that I was a pedophile because I had was a big set, because I had the baby Hulk on my shoulder as my totem, just like your prayer cloth is your totem. You use that prayer cloth. Well, the prayer cloth, quote unquote, is used for protection, guidance, understanding, blessings, and things of that nature. My totem, the baby Hulk, was my conduit for my anger and my aggression, which is what the Hulk is. It's the worst side of Bruce Banner. It's the most dangerous side of Bruce Banner. And he's had to say that I talked to it. I mean, he didn't allude to me being a pedophile. What he was talking about was the fact that I was discussing and acting as if I was in a relationship with an inanimate object. I've been in a relationship with my husband longer than you've been out of the closet, Jay Wilson. I'm just saying. I've been in a relationship with my husband longer than any relationship you ever been in. I'm just saying. See, the shade is always real, and I catch it each and every time. I just choose not to talk about it or discuss it or bring it on here, like whatever. Like I said, I'm not upset with you. So therefore, I'm not trying to argue, fuss, and fight with you. Teresa, there you go, run it again. There you go, run it again. But am I lying? I've been in my relationship with my husband for damn near 20 years. Who is more likely to have a relationship with an inanimate object? I won't say that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to discount. I mean, you can say that, but I'm not going to discount his totem was not. I said that's his totem. That's his thing that he uses to, you know what I'm saying, shield himself from whatever he needs to shield himself from. And my baby Hulk is what I choose to pour my energy into, my anger into, my frustration into, opposed to me showing it and acting on it. People understand. See, that's how it works. You were throwing shade throughout your whole thing. Oh, don't go there with me. Don't do that with me. Don't do what? Tell the truth? Don't go where? We are in a good place. We are in a cool place. But at the same time, you're not going to lie. You're not going to be hypocritical and me sit there and let you use me and a situation with me as a way to be hypocritical. I think I'm supposed to be quiet and not say anything when I see it and hear it. That's all I'm saying. And that's the problem with that. No one wants to be called out on their stuff. Everyone wants to be able to say what they want to say and have no one question them. And like I say, as y'all see, I'm not getting loud. I'm not being rude. I'm not cussing and fussing. I'm not calling him out his name. I'm not being too shady. Yeah, of course. That's why I said, because I can't even be, I'm not even mad at him. But I do want him to understand that I know I'm not silly, I'm not stupid, I'm not dim, I'm not someone that you can talk over, talk around, talk through, you know what I'm saying, talk behind, talk sideways to, and think that I'm not going to catch it and like my views are going to change. I knew exactly what you were saying then. I saw how you were lying and being hypocritical now, and I just said that's not true. You know, so, and the thing is, it's not even about his totem. It's about how he tried to use my totem as a way to allude to something that's not true, but yet get upset when someone does the same thing to him. That's a hypocrisy of it all. That's the fact that what I'm talking about with a lot of people on here. That's why I said with great power comes great responsibilities. Was not. Think about it. You had a large audience back then. You had an audience that's large, but yet you alluded to me doing something that's not true. And like you said tonight, Jay Wilson, the more people hear it, the more that someone says it, the more people's going to believe it. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person that will use your words against you. I'm the type of person was not that will show you what you said. And you can deny what you meant by it today. Exactly. Right, Tracy. So you understand why I had a figure that is, you know what I'm saying, one figure, one person, one entity was calm, intelligent, able to think logically, was not, while his alter ego, while his other thing was a beast. So when I say I have that baby Hulk on my shoulder to get all of my energy and frustration and anger out and let this stays there, I, Food Junkie, can walk around in this world the mild mannered individual that I am. That's still so funny. Tracy was running. She was booking, left the shoe there and all. I think I saw an earring fall off too. But yeah, you know. So, and then for him to say, "Well, I was just talking about the fact you were talking to her like it's a relationship." What was I saying to the Hulk? What was I saying? What words came out of my mouth to make you think that I was talking to the baby Hulk as if I was in a relationship with it, opposed to being in a 20-year relationship with my husband? I'm confused. What can a 6-inch toy do for me that a 6'2", grown ass, fine ass, chocolate ass man haven't been able to do for me in the past 19, 20 years. See, we have to be very mindful about what we say. While we're trying to get out of something was not, we're digging a hole deeper and deeper, deeper, deeper that we're falling into. You think that I'm looking at a 6-inch toy as something I want to be in a relationship with? That doesn't even sound right. That doesn't even make sense, Jay Wilson. You're smarter than that. You're more intelligent than that. You're more articulate than that. If anything is, I saw you read it the first time when you read it. It took you a couple of minutes to respond. Jay Wilson, you know that we know when you read certain comments, how you stop and look and pause and you try to keep talking about something else and then you come back to it as if you just saw it. Like I said, I'm not even upset. I can't be upset with you, Jay Wilson. Exactly, Tracy. I'll be quiet because if I say what I want to say, they're gonna be like, "Well, I knew you tried it," but that's not enough room to fit my. I'm just saying, I need at least 3 or 4 more inches for me to be comfortably fit into that. I'm just saying, there's no holes in that. There's no puncture wounds in that anywhere. So how am I talking to it as if I was in a relationship, which was also just major shade? Everyone in that room caught the shade that you was throwing toward me. And don't do that. Don't try it. Don't pump at me tonight. Don't do that tonight. Do what? Tell the truth? Let people know who don't know that the same thing that you're complaining about, you actually do as well? You actually did to me? I'm confused. Hey, Shaquila, baby, how you been? What's up, boo? Like I said, I don't have time to sit here and argue and fuss and fight with you. That's not what this even is. But if you're going to tell a story, please tell the correct story. If you're going to say that I did XYZ, make sure that you tell the truth about the matter. Because you know what you were alluding to when you alluded to it. Like, thank God that video is not here because I would have been playing it so people can actually hear it tonight. I would actually played it for people to actually hear what you said. And I guarantee you, if anyone has that video of the first gentleman's panel that had the people I just mentioned on it, my story would be closer resembled to what actually happened in yours is. And it's on your live. So I don't have to lie about something because I'm not expecting pity or sympathy or empathy at all. All I said is, it's funny how you alluded to the same thing about me that someone accused you of. And it was so disgusting about the John Gacy thing. But yet, in essence, that's what you referred to me or alluded to me being in relations with. I'm just saying. Did you think that I was so dim and so dumb that I couldn't put 2 and 2 together? I couldn't connect the dots. I couldn't comprehend what was being said, what was being done. Is that what you thought, Jay Wilson? Did you think that I am someone who can't comprehend and can't decipher what someone means by what they say? Interesting. Like I said, not upset, not mad, none of that. But I want you to understand that what you did is what you did. What you said is actually what you said. If I held a grudge or any type of animosity towards you, hey, Lady Knuckles, baby, how you doing? Okay, get some rest, baby. Get some rest. I'm not going to be on here much longer. What you said and alluded to is what you said and alluded to on that first gentleman's panel. But now, all of a sudden, about a year and so later, you are so appalled that the same thing that you alluded to me about or with me about is the same thing someone actually called you. Mm. It's kind of interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting. I just wish people would stand in their stuff. I wish people it'd be a much better place. It would be something that people can't hold against you. It would be a place that people can come make a video like this. Because if you would just acknowledge, you know what, I did do that, and maybe I think differently now. Maybe that was not the most appropriate thing for me to do and or say at that time. Like I said, you didn't hear me ask for an apology. I just said just acknowledging that it wasn't appropriate and it wasn't cool. And maybe now that someone called me that, I can see how it would make you feel by me alluding to what I said back then. That's all it is. But I said, I know that you're gonna stand fast in what you say. You're gonna spin a narrative. You're gonna say what it is. Well, it's not. You're gonna roast and gag. You're gonna shade, and that's fine. I'll still be over there. And when I choose to drop down, I would choose to drop down. If I choose to jump on a panel, I would choose to jump on a panel. But like I said, there's no, because there's no animosity there. There's no beef here. I don't beef with people. I say what I say and I move on from it. But at the same time, if I find you being hypocritical, I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to call you out on it. I'm going to make sure that you understand that I remember. I don't forget. And whoever sees this video is not who's willing to be honest with themselves and honest to you. They would say, yeah, Jameson, you did do that. What Fujiki said did happen. How he said it happened actually happened that way. You know, you alluded, old dude said it, you tried to bring someone else into it. Now, I just hadn't, because y'all knew I was going to have to come. Y'all knew I was going to come. I mean, if y'all saw the interaction there, you knew that I was going to come. Because the last statement I wrote in there before he got off was everything but something about being hypocritical and being lies. Because it was. I can't be like, oh my God, don't call this person this and then third, when I know that I call people when I get upset, whatever I want to call them. If y'all don't mind, please like this video, please. I know this is not, I don't do all that yelling and screaming. Y'all know I don't do all that. I can talk to people and have an adult conversation and still express myself. I appreciate if y'all like this on video. I definitely would appreciate that. Because what? 28 of y'all, 29 of y'all up in here. Of course, wild card, yeah, definitely. Well, he was talking about like I said, I wasn't there for the whole thing. I only came in to the towards the end part, probably like the last 15, 20 minutes of it. That's when I came in to the video. That's when I came into it. And when I came in, he was talking about, what was he talking about? He was talking about how the guy called him a pedophile, how he's not into it, how he don't understand why every time you want to argue with a black gay man, you call him a pedophile. He talked about the Middle East and how the Middle Eastern men use women for procreation, but they use little boys, young boys, for fun and pleasure, and how when little boys grow up, they do the same things. It's like a vicious cycle, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Once not, and how he's appalled that someone will use that against a black gay man. That's when I dropped down, because he was so appalled. He was so appalled. He was so appalled that someone would use that on someone. They would use that attack on someone. They would use that verbiage on someone. I'm like, hold up, whoa. Hey, Ashton, baby, how you doing? I'm like, whoa. How are you appalled when? And then basically that's my reaction. I was like, how are you appalled and upset and having a whole diatribe about something that you actually did to me? I don't understand that. Make that make sense. Yeah. You know, I was really confused. I'm like, I just talked about that today. Y'all know, y'all don't talk about that today. How people say stuff and do stuff, you know what I'm saying, but then get offended when it's said and done to them. I just discussed that. I told y'all that I'm gonna start calling people out on that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hypocrisy. And I said I don't like you when I called you out on it, but it's sometimes here's the mirror. Look at yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about yourself. You've done that. You've done this. You do this. Look at it. Look at yourself. Be very responsible about, you know what I'm saying, what is it that you're doing? What is it that you're saying? Just because the video is gone, I mean that people don't remember what happened. Just because the video is no longer on your channel because your channel got struck, don't mean that people don't remember that video of that first gentleman's panel. And you can say whatever you want to say now. Who has been? Tracy, who? That's a whole different situation, a whole different story. Whoa. But yeah, very true. Very true, Shakila. Very true. And I said, I mean, and you know what I'm saying? I said things look like grooming before because it does. See how I do that? If I've said it was not, I'm not going to be so offended and lie as if I never said it before. I have said things, certain things have looked like grooming to me. Mm. Okay, I got you. That's why I said, you know what I'm saying? Things look like grooming to me. If you treat someone quote unquote best or better than you think they have been treated ever before was not, and you bring it up into their face, whatever, and hold it over their head. We see you do that with adults. We've seen that person do that with adults. So yeah, it does look like grooming. You know, I'm not gonna lie, be like, oh my god, I'm so appalled that someone said that was not when I know I said it myself. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh Jesus. You can go ahead and remove that person. Walker, if you don't mind, please. You can go ahead and block that person. No, I did it. I did it. See, the thing is, that doesn't bother me, baby. I'll just remove you. Come back with another page. I'll just remove you. That doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Although I don't like the word, that word doesn't bother me. I don't use the word. I don't like the word. I don't acknowledge the word because I'm not the word. You acting the way you're acting right here for no reason is more of you responding and acting like the word than I am. See, people want to change your temperature. People want to get you upset. People want to see how you react and respond to stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Girl, please. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. But yeah, it's real funny how people don't want to stand in their own mess. They don't want to take responsibility for what they do and what they've done in the past. But they think that it's been long enough that you forgot about it. That it's been long enough that you won't remember, that you can't recall. Just because it's no longer there, you won't remember what happened. I have a couple questions. If you want to ask a couple questions with that, what verbiage did I use while talking, quote unquote, and I'm using air quotes, while talking to Baby Hope, that make it seem like I was in a relationship with that individual, with the baby, with an inanimate object, holding a fume for a hairpiece seems like you're more attached to something that is not there than me having something on my shoulder as a conduit, as a totem. I'm just saying. But yeah, y'all, I didn't want much. I just want to come here and just have that quick conversation because I'll have to come up in here and talk about it because you're not gonna, like I said, if it's really that serious where like you're being very hypocritical and you're lying on me and trying to shame me at the same time while trying to make me look like something that I'm not, or believe have people believe something that I'm not. And granted, there was a couple of laughs and ha ha he's and smiley faces was not in there, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because of the shade. But for the most part, people's like, yeah, I don't understand. Yeah. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Mm. Yeah, for the most part, you didn't get all the chuckles that you were hoping to get. Because if you got all the chuckles and stuff that you was getting, you would have stayed on a lot longer to get more chuckles. But people who was there saw what happened. Food junkie. I said food junkie. You're right on wild card, baby. That's also wild card. That's why I keep giving people chances. I know you hate when I give people chances. You hate when I give people chances. Hey, Chantal, baby, how you doing, sweetheart? Good morning, good evening to you, baby. Because I don't. Because the thing is, it shows me that they're bothered, but yet I'm completely unbothered. I haven't raised my voice. I haven't cussed them out. I haven't used any profanity. Any of that. Yeah, you do, Tracy. Yeah. Big sad day. I can't believe the behavior of these people. I really don't understand. Like, my thing is, everyone wants to be grown. Everyone is legally grown. Everyone says that's mentally, emotionally grown, spiritually grown. But when it comes down to it, their behaviors doesn't show it. Like, you can't stand in your own mess. Like, you can't stand in something that you did. And then I didn't ask for any apology. I didn't ask for you to, but I was just confused as to how you're so offended, how you're so upset, how you're so bothered by it, but yet you do the same thing or have done the same thing. Wherefore not you didn't allude to it, it wouldn't have been used as a dig at me on your platform. As for where you didn't try to engage in conversations about it with a third party, I couldn't have brought it up. That's all I'm saying. You were so offended by it when someone called you that, but it came off your tongue so freely and so effortlessly when it involved me. You know, that's what I'm saying. So like I said, y'all know me. Like that, I don't apologize for not, and everything that I've said, I stand in. Y'all haven't really heard me take anything back. Y'all really haven't heard me walk anything back or deny anything that I've said. I could correct you, let you know I didn't say that. I said this. Because and I don't try to, what I'm saying, because just like with the whole, and no, I don't want to bring up bad things, or whatever, but just like the whole thing is, you're not acknowledging what you've done. It's like, oh, well, I didn't take a picture though. I could drive down the street. I don't know where she lives, but at the same time, you still did it. You still engaged in bad behavior. You still had tours past someone's home where someone lived. Wherefore you didn't do that, people wouldn't have known where she lived, what complex she lived in, what street she lived on. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to knock on her door. You didn't have to take a picture. You didn't have to, what I'm saying, know what building she lived in. You engaged in problematic behavior, bad behavior. And when you got called to the carpet on it, you wanted to act like, what I'm saying, you did nothing. You were innocent. All you was doing is you was going to the grocery store and just so happened to see, oh wow, y'all come to the grocery store was now. Oh wow, she lives over here. Y'all. Oh, I didn't know that. Wow. No, you took guided tours. And then want to act like we didn't understand what was going on. Yeah, I mean, Tricia, I'm not bringing it up was not because I want to drag you into it. Was like I know y'all are cool, and I'm cool with them too. But I'm saying that's the pattern of behavior. It's a pattern of behavior that you've exhibited on here. That you throw rocks and hide your hands, you do problematic stuff, and then act as though you didn't do anything wrong. Well, it wasn't too bad because I didn't do X, Y, Z. Well, I didn't actually say it, but I alluded to it. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that that you have exhibited problematic behavior time and time again, as though we haven't seen it, we weren't witness to it, we weren't privy to it, and as if you were the innocent victim, or as you was an innocent party. All you said was something that alluded to me being a pedophile. All you did was had several guided tours past an individual's house. All you did was tell Shelly that if you see her at TMS thing, she'll get what, $69 worth of ass whooping, or $90 worth of ass whooping. Oh, and let's say, and everyone that you did something to us now that I mentioned, we're cool with you now. There's no problem with you now. But it still doesn't negate the fact that you did it, and it was problematic when you did it. And you tried to downplay it, you tried to walk it back, you tried to deminimize it, de-escalate it after the fact. You can't keep playing on people's intelligence as though the people can't articulate what you've done on here. See, I can articulate why I felt some kind of way based on what you've done, based on what you said. Like I said, I'm far from them. I'm far from someone who can't articulate their emotions, their thoughts, and comprehend what was done and why it was done. It was done to be messy. It was done to be trifling. It was done to be ridiculous. And now that I called you out on it, when the same thing happened to you, well, I didn't say that. I didn't say you said. I said you alluded to understanding words, understanding how words are put together. See, I could be shady right there if I wanted to, but I didn't. I could have mentioned it since you were shady to me. No. Since you were shady to me, let me be shady to you. I understand why there were problems in your book. Within the first page, there were 25 grammatical errors because you don't understand how to connect the dots. You don't understand how to comprehend. You don't understand how to do punctuation. So I see why you think that everyone else that you speak to can't do the same, because even with your doctorate and your multiple degrees, you still seem not to be able to comprehend verbiage and how words actually work with 25 errors within the first page of your pamphlet. You see how the shade goes? It goes both ways, right? You see how the shade goes both ways. Still not mad at you. But since you chose to be dismissive and throw shade at me throughout your whole process of talking with me, I'm just saying, it seems as though you have a problem comprehending verbiage, understanding what words mean, how words are actually used to express oneself. Because to understand what allude means is not the same as me saying you actually said. I wrote in your chat, you alluded to, which means you suggested, which means that you try to, you know what I'm saying, put together, guide people to a conclusion. That's what allude means. I'm just saying, I don't have a doctorate. I just have a measly old bachelor's degree. Very much so, Big Sack. See, we all could be shady, Jay Wilson. Some of us just choose to take a higher road every once in a while. Some of us just chooses to not entertain that nonsense. Not chooses not to entertain the lowest aspects of who we are. Not every moment is a moment to shade. Not every moment is a moment to try to embarrass. Sometimes you just need to eat what you said and move on. But opposed to you saying, "Yeah, I did do that," or that was fucked up. That was fucked up. I did do that. You continue to pile on the shade by saying that you was addressing me because I was talking to an inanimate object as if I was in a relationship with it. And even that was riddled with innuendo, suggestive language. You know what I'm saying? Even that statement in itself was riddled with innuendo and suggestive verbiage. Even that alluded to some type of inappropriate behavior with an inanimate object, which is messed up in itself, which is problematic within itself. See, because you didn't say what I've said that made you draw that conclusion. You just kept throwing stuff out there, hoping that something stuck, hoping that I would be quiet and stop typing. Didn't you say, if you say it long enough, people will start to believe it? So what was your purpose of trying to keep saying I was talking to this inanimate object as if I was in a relationship with it? Hoping that people will start believing that? Hoping that people will start roasting and gagging with you? Shading with you? Was that your purpose, Jay Wilson? See, like I said, I like to ask questions. I like to have a clear understanding of what's going on to make sure that I'm not relying on my own thoughts, my own understanding. Lead me not to my own understanding. Lead me not to my own understanding. I ask questions so I can get a clear idea, a clear picture. Like you said, the more clues you have, the brighter the picture becomes, the clearer the picture becomes. Isn't that what you said tonight? You see how I do that? Use your words, use what you say to prove my points. What's up, lips, hips, fingertips? How you doing, baby? I'm just saying, like I said, I'm far from dumb. I choose not to engage with certain people on here in certain ways because that's just who I am. I choose to engage with people on here in a way that best suits me, that best fits me, that best fits my personality was not, so I can show my best self while still correcting bad behaviors. I told you earlier, my husband has taught me, I learned from him, not to always scream, yell, cuss, and fuss, because it doesn't always get the message across. It always doesn't get the point across. Being able to have a conversation with someone is what get the message across, is what get you to understand what is going on. What language, what verbiage did I use that you heard me use, that you can show that I use, to have you think that I was talking to an inanimate object as if I was in a relationship with? You see how problematic that statement is? Oh, I was just referring to the fact that you was talking to this inanimate object like you was in a relationship with it. I thought that was weird. What was weird about me having a hook on my shoulder? What is weird about me having several? Y'all saw my little bear that I put on my chair. Remember y'all used to, when I used to walk away from the camera, I will put the little bear on the chair and have them keep y'all company until I come back. So what? I'm in a relationship with that as well. I'm in a relationship with Babe, the pig from the movie, of which I got a huge stuffed animal of that as well. I have a huge of Kenny as well. I have a huge stuffed Garfield as well. I have lots of stuffed animals and toys and collectible items around my home. I'm confused. You know, I'm confused. You throw out innuendos out there, you throw out accusations out there, was not. You throw out slanderous remarks, but you can't say what I said. You can't show what I said. You can't prove that what you said was accurate. Well, while I can say, well, this is what happened based on because it is what happened, and you keep saying, don't start. Don't start what? I'm not starting anything. I just asked the question. I just made a comment. And you went on a shade fest. You went on a shade spree. You know, not mad, not upset, but I will correct bad behavior. I will correct incorrect things. I will point out hypocrisy, especially in reference to me. You say I did something was not. I need you to prove that. You said that I was talking to an inanimate object as if I was in a relationship. I need you to show me. I need you to show the people that I was doing that. Talking to an inanimate object as if I was in a relationship with. That's your words, right? That's what you said, right? Or is that going to change now too? Just asking. Just asking, sir. See, that's why I don't come on here often, because the thing is, people aren't ready for this type of honesty and truth and question answer type of conversation. They want you to scream and yell and fuss and cuss and roast and gag and drag all that stuff like that. I don't have time for all that. We're all adults. We're grown. At least I'm grown. You throw accusations, and you want me to sit here and fuss and cuss and scream and yell and go back to which was not. We are in a good place. Like I said, we're in a good place. And even after this, I hope that we're still in a good place. But please don't ever think that you can talk to me any kind of way. And I will sit there and just accept that and allow that to happen. Please don't think that I'm going to sit here and let you lie on me and be hypocritical when talking about me or something that refers to me. I am the only person that I depend on to defend me. So when I choose to, I will defend myself with every aspect of myself. You're not smarter than me, Dave Wilson. You can't slow talk, slow drag, or do anything like that with me. No one on here really can. It doesn't mean I'm trying to fight and fuss and beef with you. It means that I'm not going to allow people to lie on me. I'm not going to allow people to speak to me or speak about me in a way that I feel. No, you're not. Leave my olive branches alone, wild card. Leave my olive branches alone, baby. It means I'm not going to sit here and let people just do whatever they want to do to me. I have the baby Hulk on my shoulder for a reason. So that totem can absorb all the negative energy and craziness that I have stirring and spewing inside of me that I don't want to come out and or show. Because y'all know I can cuss and fuss with the best of them. I can scream, yell, and raise my voice with the best of them. I just choose not to show that side too often. Thank God for Baby Hulk. Thank God I can hold Baby Hulk in my hand and let all this negative energy, you're saying, go into him. I'm not gonna have a fume for inanimate objects. I let the energy flow from me into him through my hands and put him down somewhere else so I don't carry the energy with me. You're fine, baby. I'm just saying. So, you said that you didn't say I was a pedo. Although I didn't say you, I never said you said anything. I said you alluded to. Once again, understanding the English language, understanding, comprehending grammar and how words are used is key. It's understanding grammar for me. It's understanding and comprehending what is being read for me. I like this video, you guys. I definitely would appreciate it. You know, I don't do the roasting and gagging, I don't do the dragging, all the other stuff like that, but I will, you know what I'm saying, correct that behavior. I will do that. And whomever wants to go over there and run over there and say, oh, he drugged, no, I didn't do all that. I just had a conversation. The life you see may be your own, for real, for real. You're right about that, baby. And like I said, like people don't say, like, a lot of people do a lot of different things. Like we don't know each other. We don't know what kind of therapy people have been through. We don't know what kind of anger issues people may have. We don't know how quickly people will snap and crackle and pop. We don't know all that. And we constantly thinking that everyone responds the same way. Everyone takes a roast and gag the same way. Everyone does everything the same way. And the reality is we don't. We're all different. What may work with one person may not work with someone else. The level of intolerance amount and level that one person may have, somebody else may not have that level of tolerance. They may hurt someone else, or they may hurt themselves. And what you gonna say? Oh, it ain't my fault. All I did was roast and gag. Not everyone can take that. Not everyone can handle that the way you can handle it, or the way you may want them to handle it. That's why I made the video earlier today. With great power comes great responsibility. There's power in the tongue. There's power with words. There are power in every word that we use. There's power in what we do and what we say. And you may think that it's a roast and gag was not, but that words are energy. Words are power, which means that it's going to hit and affect someone else differently. If we all were the same and responded all the same and had all the same mental capacities, was not, then yeah, I can see if we can treat everyone the same. But the fact that we're all different, we all have different sensitivities, different tolerance levels, different levels of compassion and emotion and empathy and apathy and stuff. We need to be very mindful about how we just handle everybody. You know? Just like you say that you're not bothered by being called that by the old dude. Clearly you're bothered because you made a video about it. Someone who's unbothered would make a video about someone calling them a pedo if that's not what they are, if that's not what they're about. Am I wrong? That's why I don't make videos about everything that people say was not, but this right here had to be made because you were wrong in this aspect, Jay Wilson. You were wrong. Exactly. Just like you was uncomfortable when he called you a pedo. I was uncomfortable when you alluded to me being one, based on a toy. Like I have bubbles around here that is comforting and soothing for me. So I blow bubbles when I'm stressed out after having a long day at work, which y'all is no one's business. You know what I'm saying? I draw, I color. There's all different types of different ways for people to do self-soothing. But because I choose to have a conduit for my energy and anger was not, I'm something, you alluded to something that's inappropriate with me. But yet, we want people to have empathy and sympathy on your behalf when someone alluded to the same thing to you. I'm just confused how that works. I'm just saying. We all have different ways of self-soothing. We all have different ways of handling ourselves, taking care of ourselves. At least we should. We all should be able to self-soothe and depend on ourselves to make sure that we're okay, opposed to depending on something else or someone else, I should say. And like your totem is that prayer cloth that you want people to buy and hold close and hold dear and, you know what I'm saying, be respectful and responsible for. Be respectful of my totem as my conduit for anger and aggression. See, it's been over an hour and I haven't cussed you out yet. I haven't cussed at you at all. I haven't cussed in this video yet. Over an hour. But while still addressing and correcting bad behavior. Or problematic behavior, I should say. Like I said, there's a pattern. You do something inappropriate. You do something that is, inappropriate. And then you try to backdoor your way out of it. Back up out of it. Oh, well, I didn't do that. At least I didn't do this. I didn't go as far as I could have went, but you went there, period. You alluded to it, period. You drove by the house, period. You threatened to have $90 worth of ass whooping, period. Those are just 3 things I mentioned off the top of my head. Well, pastors and ministers are human too. They're flawed like everyone else is. That's why I said earlier. I said this earlier today. I don't put my faith in people. I don't put my faith in man. Because you're that. You're a man. You're a human. You make mistakes. You were born a sinner. You're going to die a sinner. You're going to make mistakes. But the point is acknowledging said mistakes and doing better next time. Not repeating the same patterns over and over and over and over again for clout and attention and views and cash apps and super chats and things. That's not cool. Always saying, oh, well, I don't have to do this and that. That's not the type of pastor I am. But if you are a man of God, if you are who you say you are, you should lead by example. You should lead by example. If you're trying to guide the flock to the word of God, you should lead by example. You shouldn't have said what you said. You shouldn't have alluded to what you alluded to. Then you will have every right to be appalled and offended when someone did the same thing to you that you've done to me. That's all. Y'all have a great night. Y'all get some sleep. I need to take a shower and get ready for bed. I definitely appreciate you guys being here. I love you guys. Y'all know I do. But as always, it's not important that I love you. It's more important that you love yourself. You love someone else. You respect yourself. And you definitely respect someone else. If you don't like the video already, I'll definitely appreciate it if you guys like the video on the way out. This is your boy Food Junkie. And I'll talk to you crazy kids later. Until next time. And you're steadily in my chat watching me read, sweetheart. You have a great night, sweetie. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Stupid ass bitch. I know people who come in here want to drop some shit at the last minute thinking I'm not going to see it and I'm not going to read their ass for filth. Bitch, you don't get your motherfucking stupid ass up out of here, you dumbass whore. See, let me say for a couple more minutes, let's give this bitch a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm constantly reaching, but steadily coming up empty-handed. But yet your dumb, stupid, retarded ass is still in my motherfucking bushes watching what the fuck I'm doing. Listen to what the fuck I'm doing. Watching me reach, dumb bitch. You're steadily reaching and coming for somebody who don't know who the fuck you are. Oh, baby, they're under my skin, retro bed. You know that. Not this skin. But Truth Slayer, girl. Why are you here? Why are you all on my nuts? Why are you worried about what the fuck I'm doing? Who I'm reaching for? I'm not reaching for you. I'm not checking for you. My hand is full of me embarrassing the fuck out of you. So of course I can't reach for what the fuck you think I'm reaching for. Because I reached for you and snatched your fucking soul. Mm-hmm. That's how it works. You are stupid. You are touched. Yes, I'm touched by talent. I'm touched by beauty. I'm touched by intelligence. And you're touched by fear, you stupid whore. Y'all see how I do this? Y'all see how I say it's not right to call people out their names, but yet when a dumb bitch comes over to my place of home of residence, well, it's not my place of peace, and try to disturb that, I have every right to snatch that bitch bald. You understand what I'm saying? I have every right to drop kick that bitch virtually in her fucking chest because she chooses to come over here at the last minute and start some shit for attention. You attention craving, emotionally unintelligent ass individual. It's sad that someone needs to come over here and start shit when no one's even talking about them. I had an hour and 15 minutes of good conversation with my people until this retarded ass, stupid ass, crusty ass, pussy ass, dry titty milk licking ass bitch want to come over here and talk shit to me for no reason whatsoever. I'm confused. You like being cussed out? You like being talked about? You like being virtually drugged through these goddamn streets? For what? For who? Why the fuck are you here? Mm. Mm-mm-mm. No, it's not him. I know she's here for someone else. She wants attention. She wants to prove herself to someone else. Oh, I went over there and cussed Food Junkie out. No, bitch, you came over here and got cussed out. Hold up. I never don't block. No, don't have to block her, baby. You're fine. Walk her. I love a troll. I like sticking a spick of a troll's pussy and put that bitch over open fire and roast that bitch. I like to do shit like that. I have fun with this wild card. I have fun with shit like this. And they're still talking. Why are you talking to me? Why are you typing? Why are you bothering me? What is your issue? What is going on with this person? Why don't you just leave? What's wrong with you? I don't understand. What is this? Why are you still talking to me? Idiot. You are stupid. You are dumb. I know, baby. I know. You are so stupid. Like, I'm confused. What are you hoping to gain? All you're gonna do is give me more watch outs because they're gonna say, "Oh, he cussed that bitch out." Y'all listen to the last 10 minutes of his video where he cussed that whore out. That's how you do it. You're putting more watch time, more coinage in my pocket. When trolling goes wrong, when you troll backwards, this is what happens. You think you're trolling me when in actuality, I'm actually trolling you, stupid. Because I got your attention on my page. You see, I'm not following you around. You see why I'm not looking for you. I'm not trying to come for you. I'm not doing anything about you. Only knew that you were here because you dropped down with some bullshit. I don't miss you when you're not here. I only acknowledge you when you're here when you say something stupid to me. And I choose to play with you like a cat with a ball of string, like a cat plays with a mouse. Mm-mm-mm. No, it wouldn't have been a good conversation, was not, because you tried me from the very onset. Let me reread what you said when you first tried me, sweetheart. It wouldn't have been a good conversation because I can have a conversation with an ignorant ass bitch. Your first response to me was, "You're steadily reaching, but coming up empty handed." How is that a start to a good conversation? How is that sarcastic, rude ass comment without even acknowledging me saying hi, hi to me, hi to the chat, hi to the mods, is going to start a good conversation between you and I? When you came in with some bullshit. See, y'all, when I say people are ignorant and stupid and not on my intelligence level, on my level of comprehension or being able to conduct themselves, I just showed it to you what it is. You came in with your steadily reaching, but coming up empty handed. That was your first response. I don't see no hi. I don't see no hello. I don't see no good evening. I don't see anything like that. First thing I saw from you is rudeness. First thing I saw from you was sarcasm. First thing I saw from you was shade. When I was trying to get off the live, I was trying to go wash my ass, wash my nuts, make love to my man, fall asleep. But you came in with some rudeness. So now I have to address the bullshit. Now I have to address the fact that you are so unintelligent, you don't understand what a good conversation starts off with. What the first words are: hello, good evening, food junkie, mods, and chat. How's everyone doing? I was listening in the bushes and I found something problematic, food junkie. Can you please explain something to me? Who are you coming for now? Who have you reached for now? But no, what you said was, "You're constantly reaching and coming up empty handed." Rudeness. You see how I check bad behavior? How I correct bad behavior? I'm confused. Can anyone tell me what part of that first interaction she had in this chat was part of a good conversation? But I started going off. So I should let you come to my house with mud on your fucking shoes, talk shit to me, disrespect my home and my chat. Because now, because your dumb ass got embarrassed, you want to have a good conversation. You want to play nice now. I told you. It's easy for me to cuss a bitch out. It's easy for me to drag a bitch on these YouTube streets. I choose not to. I choose to live on a higher plane, be my higher self. But it's easy for me to snatch a bitch by her fucking nappy ass edges. It's easy. I just choose not to do it. What part of you're constantly reaching but coming up empty handed is part of a good conversation that you want to have with me? I'm confused. Can anyone tell me if they felt that I did too much? Am I doing too much, you guys? Am I being extra to said Truth Slayer? Is Truth Slayer worthy of me having a good conversation with after they first came in here with the bullshit? If someone says I am doing too much and truly mean it, I will most definitely apologize to Truth Slayer. But if you think that she or they came in here with the bullshit and my response is appropriate, we'll just move on and ignore said Truth Slayer. I know, baby. Exactly. Exactly. But I love a troll. I love a troll, Retro Bay. I love a troll. I really do. Because trolls get embarrassed all the time. Good night, baby. Thank you for being here. And you're right about that. Those who want to understand will, those who won't. Those who can comprehend do, those who don't. Those who want to have a good conversation will come in appropriately. Those who don't will come in the way you came in. I'm just saying. Now, let's try this one more again. I appreciate you guys being here. I love you guys. But it's not important that I love you guys. It's more important that you love yourself, you love someone else, you respect yourself, and you definitely respect someone else. If you haven't liked the video already, I definitely would appreciate if you guys like the video on the way out. This is your boy Food Junkie, and I will talk to you crazy kids later. Be safe on these streets, be safe in the real world. And until then, this is your boy Food Junkie. Bye-bye.